Welcome to AK Study Room. Let's see today's news. The first news is about Tamil Nadu government. Protected agricultural zones rules were notified by a 7-member technical panel committee which prescribed 4 new functions for the Tamil Nadu Protected Agricultural Zone Development Authority. From this news we have to know what is the Tamil Nadu Protected Agricultural Zone Development Authority. Then the second thing is what are the 4 new functions prescribed by the panel. Before that, the panel consists of 7 members. Who were the members? Director of Agriculture, who is a member secretary, Director of Horticulture and Plantation Crops, Chairperson of Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board, Director of Industries and Commerce, the Director of Animal Husbandry, and the Director of Research in the Tamil Nadu Agricultural University or the ex officio members of this technical committee. Now let's see one by one. What is Protected Agricultural Zone? Protected agricultural zones ensures that particular region will not be granted permission for any new projects like those related to hydrocarbons. Only agro-based industries would be given permission to be built. Then what are these protected zones? From Tamil Nadu point of view, the Kaveri Delta districts such as Tanjavur, Tiruvallur, Nagapattinam, Pudukkottai, Kadalur, Ariyalur, Karur and Tiruchirappalli district comes under these protected agricultural zone because it is a very important agricultural region in India and farmers continue to do agriculture despite climatic changes. What were the benefits because of this declaration is the benefits that have occurred for farmers are manifold. Drilling for extraction of oil and gases in these regions were not allowed, and whatever the project introduced by the sender, it cannot be implemented without the NOC from that state. The second question is, what are the 4 new functions prescribed by this panel? The 4 things is, first thing, government can decide whether to omit or include industries under the second schedule provided in this act within the zone. The second thing, other functions were CM, Chief Minister, would be to suggest measures to safeguard the natural surface, soil, water and suggest measures to safeguard the livelihood of farmers in the protected agricultural zone. And he can also recommend the area and inclusion in the protected agricultural zone. And the last thing is, the fourth point is Tamil Nadu Protected Agricultural Zone Development Authority can suggest or recommend the agro-based and allied industries that may be established in this protected agricultural zone. And the next news, Supreme Court hits at sender on loan moratorium scheme. The court is hearing a petition filed by Gajendra Sharma challenging the charging of interest rate on loans even during the 3-month moratorium period declared amid the COVID-19 pandemic and the national lockdown. The central bank, which is RBI, in its affidavit had said its regulatory package introduced amid the lockdown was in its essence in the nature of moratorium deferment and it cannot be constructed to be a waiver. First is, what is loan moratoriums? A loan moratorium refers to a particular period of a loan tenure during which the borrower does not have to repay anything. It can be described as a waiting period before the borrower will have to start paying the equated monthly installments for his or her loan. It doesn't mean that he is completely waived off his loans. The issue here is Supreme Court criticized the Union government for hiding behind the Reserve Bank of India without making its stand clear on loan moratorium scheme introduced during COVID-19 pandemic. It appears Union of India is not taking an independent stand and it is relying on the RBI to look after business only and consider it as a providing relief. And the government has empowered to take an independent stand under the Disaster Management Act. Court has been trying to strike a balance between the interest of banks and the borrowers. So from this we have to know what is the Disaster Management Act. Disaster Management Act is a statutory body. That means it is not in the constitution. It is established by an act which is known as Disaster Management Act 2005. The Disaster Management Act was to manage disasters including preparation of mitigation strategies, capacity building and more. It is mainly to provide effective management of disasters and timely relief. For National Disaster Management Authority, Prime Minister of India act as the chairperson, and the act enjoins the central government to constitute a national executive committee which is to assist this national authority. All state governments are mandated to establish a state disaster management authority. The Prime Minister can exercise all powers and also ensures that there is an adequate political and constitutional heft behind these decisions made. If you find this video informative, please do like, share and subscribe our channel, and don't forget to press the bell button.